Oh, Africa. Oh, Africa. Africa is bleeding. Africans, when I am going online, I'm seeing Africans remaining in Europe, complaining about everything happening in Europe. It is so stupid and cowardly that Africans living in Europe will not channel their energy on fighting for a good governance or a transparent governance to happen in Africa. Instead, they are complaining that they have been living bad life in Europe. Listen to me, Africans. For us to be free, since we know we can't go war against these few people, since our military men are cowards, our police are cowards, we need to be speaking out. Only by speaking out, voicing out, giving out your voice, if the voice is cognitively enough, the military will wake up, the policemen will wake up. But if we cowardly keep on saying that we are tired of living in Europe, which is working perfectly, and we want to go back home, and still we are not chanting or fighting against these few people, the people who are unaliving the governance of Africa are not, the whole Africa, they are not up to 1 million. They are not up to 1 million. The ones in Nigeria are not even up to 1,000. This handful of people are drawing the whole 300 million of Nigerians into a pit of hell. And we cannot be asking questions. Like, for example, we the Igbos, or somebody like Am, who is an Igbo man. I have been asking myself many questions. We fought the war with Nigeria to free ourselves. They won the war. Okay, Nigeria have won the war now, and they have imposed us that we must remain Nigeria. They have make us, we are obliged. The Igbos are obliged to be in Nigeria. We are not being in Nigeria because we want to be in Nigeria. Nigeria is forcing us to remain in Nigeria, which means that in Nigeria we don't have democracy. Why are people not asking questions? Why do we don't have a referendum in our constitution? Why are we still using constitution that was given to us by military? Why are we not asking all these questions? Why are our children becoming hookup girls and Yahoo boys after education? Why don't we ask questions? Why do we focus on only comedy and content creating? If you do content creating and comedy and you make good money, that will be good for you. But do you think about the future of your children? What about the future of your children? Okay, let me say that you make maybe like 100 million naira today and you become a don. What about the future of your children? Are you imagining in 20 years what will be the fate of your children? Don't you see that these people are pushing us where there is no road? Why don't we all of us join hands and say no to these people? Not even to tell them no. Let them steal, but let them give us the basic things like electricity. Now we have a governor in Abia State who is doing a perfectly wonderful job. I will not say that he's good or he's perfect, but I will say he's doing a wonderful job. Why don't we ask questions from Ojus Okalu to Okezu Bazu? Why don't we T.O.G.? Why don't we ask questions? What were these 2-3 stupid people doing all these 8 years? Why don't we ask questions? Why is Ojus Okalu still free and moving about and he's not being judged upon the money he stole? Why is Okezu Bazu the same thing, moving around? We are not asking him of any question. Why is T.O.G. the same thing? Why don't we understand? Why don't we see that one governor have done what 3 governors couldn't do? In 8 is 16 plus another 8 is how many? It's 24 years. Why don't we look about the 24 years that Ojus Okalu handled single-handedly on a life Abias for no reason? The same thing applies to all the other states. Why are we not asking questions? Why don't all of us speak with one voice so that our children, this thing is for our children, it's not for us. For people like us, we have made the money. We have come abroad, we have made the money. The other day, I saw an Igbo man in Germany crying that he cannot take his student home because the money he's making is not enough. And still, he's not challenging that source that have been making him to remain slave. I decided that I will not be a coward. And it is opportunity for us living abroad to speak out. Since we know that we cannot speak about these people in Africa, why don't we speak about them now that we are in abroad? Why don't we speak? Why can't we speak? At least let 100 million people start to speak. Speak about this people so that their eyes will open. Look at what is happening today. The same people governing us are the same people conducting corruption. The same people conducting insecurity. Everything is from them. Look at everywhere in Nigeria today, insecurity has become a piece of cake. And people are not still talking. Some people choose to do comedy. Comedy is good. I didn't say it's not bad. We all want comedy. Me too, I'm a comedian. But what about my children? Let me say if I make comedy today, I make more 100 million, put on top of the 200 million that I have. Will the future of my children be guaranteed? That is a question. Africans, please, let's all of us start be saying evil is evil. Don't, instead of fighting evil, you start to fight people who are fighting evil. Our countries they are in the hands of evil people. And the worst of all is that most people attacking us are Nigerians. The same people we are fighting for. People who have not even lived in Nigeria, who don't even know what is called good governance, transparent governance. They gave us a judiciary system that is who have the more money win. And we are abiding to that. Me, as an Igbo man, I grew in Igbo land. In Igbo land, when you commit a crime or anything bad, you don't even speak. You apologize. You come here and you accept. But now we have a judiciary system that you can even unalive 10 people and you go home freely because you have money. That is the kind of thing that the British brought to us. They brought us their Western democracy, their judiciary system, the syllabus of education that have never worked for us. We need to start to ask questions. We need to start to ask questions. Look at what is happening in Burkina Faso today. What are you waiting? You are waiting for Burkina Faso to become Dubai before you wake up. Instead, you will see people like Tinubu trying to fight people like the president of Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. Africans, wake up. Africans, wake up. Coming abroad is to enslave ourselves. We need to remove ourselves from that mental slavery that we're into. We need to free ourselves from that mental slavery. If you are telling me that you are looking in the eyes of your children and you really want your children to grow up in this society we call Europe, tell me the truth. Tell me 100% that you want your children to grow up in this kind of society where they don't have male or female. They have like multiple genders. Think. Let us be asking questions, Africans. Thank you.